Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2,000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Afrikaans ebook before it's gone. Most people who learn a foreign language learn it so that they can one day have real-life conversations with native speakers. When you start out learning and crack open your first textbook or listen to your first podcast, having a real conversation can feel like a fantasy. When everything about a language feels new, it can be overwhelming. But this couldn't be further from the truth. While it does take a significant amount of time and effort to become fluent, having a conversation might not be as far off as you think. In this video, we'll look at 3 ways you can boost your conversational skills and start talking to native speakers. Number 1. Find native speakers and practice with them. It's unlikely you live near a big group of native speakers to practice with. If you happen to be in a major or international city, your chances may be better. Check and see if your city has a general language exchange. Chances are there could be a native speaker there who is also trying to learn another language. Practicing in person with a native speaker is probably the most interesting option for honing your speaking skills. But if you can't find anyone where you live, the next best option is to look online. Luckily for language learners, the past 10 years or so have seen an explosion in online language exchange sites. On these websites, you can search for someone who is a native speaker of your target language and is also learning your native language. The idea behind a language exchange is that you communicate with them via video or text chat, and half of the time, they help you practice your target language. And for the other half, you help them practice theirs. Practicing via an online language exchange is a highly effective way to practice your conversational skills. Number 2. Work on pronunciation. Pronunciation is often an overlooked skill when it comes to learning a foreign language. Most people think of a good foreign accent as a luxury rather than a necessity. But what most people don't talk about is how having a good accent boosts your listening and comprehension skills. If you can hear a sound from a foreign language and know how to make it yourself, then you're more likely to understand native speakers when they talk at normal speed, and you're also more likely to remember any new words or phrases you come across. Having a good accent means that the language no longer sounds foreign. Instead, it sounds familiar, maybe even natural. So how do you go about perfecting your accent? The best way is to break down the language into its individual sounds. Make note of any sounds that are the same or similar to your native language and of those that are different. Of the sounds that are different, spend your time practicing the ones that you find the hardest to say correctly. After you're comfortable with the individual sounds, you can start linking together words and phrases. This is where accent practice starts to get really fun and interesting. Get your hands on some native speaker audio from a TV show, song, or podcast. Play the audio back and listen closely a few times. Take note of how words blend together in speech. Then, do your best to imitate what you hear, trying to match the speaker's emphasis and intonation. Our language learning program's playback feature is perfect for this. Record yourself and compare it to the original recording. Rinse and repeat until you're comfortable with the audio selection, and then move on to something more difficult. This is how you can break through the accent barrier and really start to make the language your own. Number 3. Learn phrases, not just individual words. Learning grammar and individual words is great, but it's not the only approach you should take if you want to speak fluently. In addition to your regular grammar and vocabulary, try learning whole phrases, even if you aren't totally sure how they work grammatically. Learn phrases that are specific to your needs. It's a good idea to learn phrases that are grouped around a certain setting or subject, such as simple greetings or introductions, questions for getting to know someone, or traveling comfortably. You can even learn filler phrases, which you can use so that you have something to say when, well, you don't know what to say. Learning phrases like this will help you become conversational faster. You may not understand what you're saying literally, but as long as you know the general meaning behind the phrase and know when to use it, you'll be able to talk like a native. Eventually, your knowledge of grammar and vocabulary should catch up with the phrases you know. Learning a new language should feel like an adventure. There will be plateaus and periods in your learning where it feels like you're hitting a wall, but being able to speak with native speakers and have real conversations will help you combat language fatigue. After all, talking to someone face-to-face in a foreign language is one of the main reasons we start learning in the first place. And for even more ways to gain conversation skills, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. Today, we'll learn conversational phrases about occupations. After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your job and ask what somebody does for a living. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your occupation PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe? Ek is 'n kunstenaar.
Listen to it again, now with the English translation.
Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe?
What do you do?
Ek is 'n kunstenaar.
I'm an artist. First of all, you need to learn how to say, what do you do? That's.
Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe?
Listen to it again.
Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe? Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe?
This Afrikaans sentence literally translates into, what do you do for a living? But it means, what do you do in English? Now, how do you answer this question? This is the pattern you'll need.
Ek is 'n.
Your occupation. I'm an, your occupation. For example, I'm an artist.
Ek is 'n kunstenaar. Ek is 'n kunstenaar.
Here are a few more professions you can use with the same pattern. Police officer.
Polisieman. Polisieman.
Teacher.
Onderwyser. Onderwyser.
Doctor.
Dokter. Dokter.
Engineer.
Ingenieur. Ingenieur.
Now, listen to some examples.
Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe? Ek is 'n onderwyser. Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe? Ek is 'n dokter. Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe? Ek is 'n ingenieur.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what do you do?
Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe?
Imagine you're a doctor. Do you remember how to say, doctor?
Dokter. Dokter.
Say, I'm a doctor.
Ek is 'n dokter.
Now answer the question saying that you are a doctor.
Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe? Ek is 'n dokter.
Now, imagine you're a teacher. Do you remember how to say teacher?
Onderwyser. Onderwyser.
Say, I'm a teacher.
Ek is 'n onderwyser.
Now, answer the question saying that you are a teacher.
Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe? Ek is 'n onderwyser.
Now, imagine you're an engineer. Do you remember how to say engineer?
Ingenieur. Ingenieur.
Say, I'm an engineer.
Ek is 'n ingenieur.
Now, answer the question saying that you are an engineer.
Wat doen jy vir 'n lewe? Ek is 'n ingenieur.
Well done! In this lesson, you learn new occupation-related vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life. You are now able to talk about your job like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell me about your job. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, how's your mother? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about well-being and ask how someone is doing. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Conversation About Family Well-Being PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hoe is jou ma? Sy is okay.
Once more with the English translation.
Hoe is jou ma?
How's your mother?
Sy is okay.
She's fine. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, how's your mother? That's,
Hoe is jou ma?
listen to it again.
Hoe is jou ma? Hoe is jou ma?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Sy is,
state of well-being. She is state of well-being in English. For example, she's fine.
sy is okay. Sy is okay.
Here are a few expressions related to well-being that you can use with this pattern. Great,
Fantasties. Fantasties.
fine,
Okay. Okay.
so-so,
So. So.
sad,
Hartseer. Hartseer.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Hoe is jou ma? Sy is fantasties. Hoe is jou ma? Sy is so. Hoe is jou ma? Sy is hartseer.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how's your mother?
Hoe is jou ma?
Imagine she's great. Do you remember how to say great?
Fantasties. Fantasties.
Say, she's great.
Sy is fantasties.
Now, answer the question saying she's great.
Hoe is jou ma? Sy is fantasties.
Now imagine she's so-so. Do you remember how to say so-so?
So. So.
Say, she's so-so.
Sy is so.
Now, answer the question saying she's so-so.
Hoe is jou ma? Sy is so.
Now imagine she's sad. Do you remember how to say sad?
Hartseer. Hartseer.
Say, she's sad.
Sy is hartseer.
Now, answer the question saying she's sad.
Hoe is jou ma? Sy is hartseer.
In this lesson, you learn new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to talk about well-being. You're now able to talk about how someone is feeling like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell me how you are today. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Today we're going to talk about 4 techniques to help you stop translating in your head and instead start thinking in your target language. This will allow you to have conversations with ease, read smoothly, and better understand native speakers. These are 4 methods to help you think in a new language. Number 1, surround yourself with your target language. This way, you'll be completely immersed in the language. Without realizing it, you'll learn pronunciation, sentence structures, grammar, and new vocabulary. Play music in the background while you're cooking, or have a radio station on while you study. Just use one of our endless podcasts available to you. These are easy to listen to in the background while doing other things. Number 2, learn through observation. This is how we all learned our native languages as kids. Words will develop their own meanings that relate better to your target language, rather than meanings that are translated directly. Number 3, speak out loud to yourself. Even if you're a little embarrassed, it forces you to listen to how you speak. It makes it much easier to spot simple grammar mistakes. Number 4, practice daily. If you practice everything for only one day, you won't retain the information you learned. The brain can realistically only focus for about 30 minutes. So studying a little every day allows you to absorb better. Follow these steps and have patience. You'll soon be able to achieve your language learning goals. Just make sure to remember these 4 methods. Sign up for your free lifetime account. No credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. And start learning more every day.
Hi guys, it's me Christine. Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com, and today's lesson is 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. So these are the ones that, like obviously you've been practicing your Afrikaans on the natives and they're like, wow, you're actually really good at Afrikaans. And then you pull these guys out the bag and they're like, whoa, where did they learn Afrikaans? And then you have to tell them AfrikaansPod101.com. But yeah, so let's get started. Dankie, maar ek is eintlik nie 'n moedertaalspreker nie. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. Dankie, maar ek is eintlik nie 'n moedertaalspreker nie. Dankie, maar ek is eintlik nie 'n moedertaalspreker nie. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. So that's the perfect one because it's a little bit of a contradiction. You're going like, I'm not a mother language person, but you're saying it in such good Afrikaans that they're like, but is she not, is he not, what? So it's always a good one to remember, especially if you want to just like back chat a compliment because we're all a little bit awkward when people give us compliments. So it's a great one to learn. Dit het my net 1 jaar gevat om vlot te praat. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Dit het my net 1 jaar gevat om vlot te praat. Dit het my net 1 jaar gevat om vlot te praat. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Well, if that's the case, then congratulations, because it's actually really hard to become fluent in a language, especially if we haven't been learning since we were very little. And people always say it takes much longer to learn a language when you're a bit older. But I guess if you immerse yourself in the country, in the language, and you go stay there and only speak that to the locals and see how they react to you, it could only take a year. And if that's you, congratulations, it's really well done. Ek sal Afrikaans soos mense wat Afrikaans as moedertaal praat in 3 jaar kan praat. I'll speak Afrikaans like a native speaker in 3 years. Ek sal Afrikaans soos mense wat Afrikaans as moedertaal praat in 3 jaar kan praat. Ek sal Afrikaans soos mense wat Afrikaans as moedertaal praat in 3 jaar kan praat. I'll speak Afrikaans like a native in 3 years. So like I just said, if it didn't take you a year, don't worry, you're quite normal. If it takes you 3 years, even that's quite great to sound like a native speaker. But the point is that there's no timeline for learning a language because I believe that you'll always continue learning. Even I'm fluent in Afrikaans, but that doesn't mean I'm still learning every day. There's always words think about your own language, your mother tongue, and think about the last time you learned a new word. And then if you can't remember it, why don't you just go into a dictionary and just open the page randomly and find a word? And I bet you'll find at least one word that you haven't known before. So even if you can speak it like a native in 3 years or be fluent in 1 year, don't stop. Just keep learning because we can always just keep going up. Ek leer al Afrikaans vir 10 jaar. I've been learning Afrikaans for 10 years. Ek leer al Afrikaans vir 10 jaar. Ek leer al Afrikaans vir 10 jaar. I've been learning Afrikaans for 10 years. Well, there we go, even longer. I mean, like I just said, it takes a lifetime to really fully understand a language usually. And I don't actually believe anyone really does. So if you just keep going, persevering, and keep improving every day, just learn new vocabulary, watch a movie in the language, and try pick up on different sayings or little colloquialisms. If it takes you 1 year, 3 years, or if you've been learning for 10 jaar, great, keep going. I'm loving the perseverance. Ek kan Afrikaanse flieks kyk sonder onderskrifte. I can watch Afrikaans movies without subtitles. Ek kan Afrikaanse flieks kyk sonder onderskrifte. Ek kan Afrikaanse flieks kyk sonder onderskrifte. I can watch Afrikaans movies without subtitles. Well, that's really, really impressive. I remember the first time I learned a foreign language and I watched a movie in the language and I always had to read the subtitles to really understand what was going on. And then this one time there was no subtitles, but I really wanted to watch the movie. So I was like, oh, okay, Christine, just do it, just watch it. And I could kind of follow it and like catch the gist of the scenes. And I was like, wow, I've made it. So if you can watch an Afrikaans movie without onderskrifte, congratulations. Let us know in the comments so we can all congratulate you. Well done. Ek kan omtrent 50 woorde in Afrikaans 'n dag memoriseer. I can memorize around 50 new Afrikaans words a day. Ek kan omtrent 50 woorde in Afrikaans 'n dag memoriseer. Ek kan omtrent 50 woorde in Afrikaans 'n dag memoriseer. I can memorize around 50 new Afrikaans words a day. Well, then you're a genius. Like, that's a lot of words. If you can do that, maybe change the number if you want to remember the sentence for a friend. Or if you're hanging out with some local Afrikaans speaking people and you want to just impress them a little bit, like, go for it. But 50 is quite a lot and it probably takes a lot of practicing. But if you can do that, that's awesome. Like I said before, it's really great if you can learn new vocabulary every day and then also try to use them in the next day's speech. Like memoriseer. It's a nice word to say. I like it a lot. So I'm going to try say it a lot today and probably annoy the people around me. But like doing that is quite fun because then the people around you also start remembering that word and they can help you learn even faster. Ek leer Afrikaans op my eie. I'm learning Afrikaans all by myself. Ek leer Afrikaans op my eie. Ek leer Afrikaans op my eie. I'm learning Afrikaans all by myself. Oh, well, congratulations. It's really good. I mean, if you're learning Afrikaans all by yourself, it means you're really, really motivated, which is obviously awesome. And you can't really say that because you're learning it with us, afrikaanspod101.com. So even if you're learning it op jou eie, it's really great, but try find a little community where you know other people who are doing it as well, because that way you can practice with them, share stories, share experiences. I mean, it's always really nice when you're really struggling to pronounce a word or something and then someone else comes and they're like, oh, I could never pronounce this word, but then I found out that you can just do this and whatever with your mouth and voila, now they can say it. So it's always nice to learn little tips from other people. But if you are learning op jou eie on your own, it's okay. Like, it's really great just learning in the first place. So enjoy. Ek verstaan alles wat jy gesê het. I completely understood everything you said. Ek verstaan alles wat jy gesê het. Ek verstaan alles wat jy gesê het. I completely understood everything you said. This is the best one to learn out of all of these. If you pinpoint this one and remember it, it's such a great one. It makes you have such a little internal giggle sometimes. It's such a nice thing when you know a language that the people around you don't know, but your friends with you do know, and you can like gossip a little bit, or you can be like, oh, let's do this tonight or whatever, and everyone around you doesn't know what you're saying. But the funniest thing is when someone else is doing that about you, but you can understand their language, and then you just look at them and you go, Ek verstaan alles wat jy gesê het. And then they'll be like, sorry, like, we didn't mean to gossip. We didn't mean to say that your shoes aren't that great or that your hair is looking a bit funny or whatever. I don't know, whatever they were saying. Saying that, back-chatting that way in their own language will give them a little bit of a shock and hopefully not make them say bad things about other people. Which is not what I meant when I said it's good to know the language that other people don't know. I just meant like it's fun to play tricks on your friends and stuff, but it's not nice to say bad things. So don't do that. But come back with that if people do that. Ek kan dit in Afrikaans vertaal. I can translate that in Afrikaans. Ek kan dit in Afrikaans vertaal. Ek kan dit in Afrikaans vertaal. I can translate that in Afrikaans. This one's also super useful. I mean, if you're in South Africa or any other language any other country where they speak Afrikaans, it's such a nice thing. Say now you're on an airport and there's someone that really doesn't understand English or another language that you possibly do understand. You can just, step in, give a little helping hand, even to a stranger, and just be like, ek kan dit in Afrikaans vertaal, and translate it to them in Afrikaans so that they can make their day a bit nicer, their journey a bit easier, and you just feel great because you've done something, you've used your Afrikaans in a positive way, and you've practiced a little bit with a local and helped them. So, yeah. Ek is mal oor Afrikaans. I'm crazy about Afrikaans. Ek is mal oor Afrikaans. Ek is mal oor Afrikaans. I'm crazy about Afrikaans. This is such a fun one because when you are practicing and you say to your Afrikaans friends like, I have been learning a little bit of Afrikaans, this is what I can say so far, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh, but that's really weird. Why did you decide to do Afrikaans? And you can be like, because ek is mal oor Afrikaans. And they'll be like, oh, ha, 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 that's very funny that you can answer back in Afrikaans. And they'll be very impressed with you, not just because you can answer them back in Afrikaans, but also because you are crazy about their language. Who doesn't love to hear that? So we've reached the end of today's lesson, 10 ways to impress native speakers. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm Christine with AfrikaansPod101.com. Let us know in the comments below how you felt or any experiences that you've had. Subscribe and like our channel and keep learning Afrikaans.
In this video, you will learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Afrikaans. Hi everybody, my name is Ingrid. Welcome to the 800 Core Afrikaans Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Afrikaans. But there is a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we will include the previous lessons at the end. So, after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you've learned in the previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at AfrikaansPod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Afrikaans. Okay, let's go. Pisang, banana, pisang, pisang, banana. The banana is yellow. Die pisang is geel. Die pisang is geel. Appel, apple, appel, appel, apple. Die appels is rooi. The apples are red. Die appels is rooi. Druif, grape, druif, de ruif, grape. Daardie druif lyk nogals oud. That grape looks pretty old. Daardie druif lyk nogals oud. Waterlemoen, watermelon. Waterlemoen, waterlemoen, watermelon. Watermelon is red and green. Waterlemoen is rooi en groen. Waterlemoen is rooi en groen. Voël, bird. Voël, voël, bird. 3 voëls vlieg. 3 birds are flying. 3 voëls vlieg. Muis, mouse, muis, muis, mouse. Die muis eet 'n druif. The mouse is eating a grape. Die muis eet 'n druif. Son, sun. Son, sun. Die son gaan jou brand. The sun is going to burn you. Die son gaan jou brand. Weer, weather. Weer, weer, weather. Dit is lekker weer vandag. It is nice weather today. Dit is lekker weer vandag. Grade, degree, grade, grade, degree. Dit is skaars 1 grade buitekant. It is barely 1 degree outside. Dit is skaars 1 grade buitekant. Vrou, woman, vrou, vrou, woman. 'n Vrou drink 'n koppie tee. A woman is drinking a cup of tea. 'n Vrou drink 'n koppie tee. Man, 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 man. Daar is 'n ou man wat by die toonbank sit. There is an old man sitting at the counter. Daar is 'n ou man wat by die toonbank sit. Meisie, girlfriend. Meisie, meisie, girlfriend. My meisie het verlede jaar in Europa gereis. My girlfriend was traveling Europe last year. My meisie het verlede jaar in Europa gereis. Kerel, boyfriend. Kerel, kerel, boyfriend. Sy het haar kerel gebring. She brought her boyfriend. Sy het haar kerel gebring. Trein, train, trein, train, trein. Die treinstasie is altyd besig. The train station is always busy. Die treinstasie is altyd besig. Vliegtuig, airplane. Vliegtuig, vliegtuig, airplane. Die vliegtuig vlieg in die lug. The airplane is flying in the sky. Die vliegtuig vlieg in die lug. Bus, bus. Bus, bus, bus. Die bus is aan jou regterkant. Die bus is aan jou regterkant. The bus is on your right-hand side. Die bus is aan jou regterkant. Taxi, 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 taxi. Taxis in Suid-Afrika lyk soos minibusse. Taxis in South Africa look like minibuses. Taxis in Suid-Afrika lyk soos minibusse. Spinasie, spinach. Spinasie, spinasie, spinach.
Spinasie is een van die beste groentes wat jy kan eet.
Spinach is one of the best vegetables you can eat.
Spinasie is een van die beste groentes wat jy kan eet.
Dolfyn, dolphin, dolfyn, dolfyn, dolphin. Die dolfyn swem in die oseaan. The dolphin is swimming in the ocean. Die dolfyn swem in die oseaan. Inkvis, squid, inkvis, inkvis, squid. Ek het nog nooit inkvis geëet nie. I've never eaten squid before. Ek het nog nooit inkvis geëet nie. Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at afrikaanspod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you will need for daily life conversations. You'll also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time! Tot ziens! In this video, you will learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Afrikaans. Hi everybody, my name is Ingrid. Welcome to the 800 Core Afrikaans Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Afrikaans. But there is a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we will include the previous lessons at the end. So after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you have learned in the previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at afrikaanspod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, build your own flashcard deck, and finally master Afrikaans. Okay, let's get going. First is hond. Dog. Hond. A hond. Dog. Die harige hond hardloop agter die bal aan. The shaggy dog is running after the ball. Die harige hond hardloop agter die bal aan. Kat, cat, kat, kat, cat. My kat hou daarvan om 'n uiltjie te knip in die middag. My kat hou daarvan om 'n uiltjie te knip in die middag. My cat likes to take a nap in the afternoon. My kat hou daarvan om 'n uiltjie te knip in die middag. Hamster, 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 hamster. Hamsters slaap gedurende die dag. Hamsters like to sleep during the day. Hamsters slaap gedurende die dag. Warm, 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 warm. Die sop moet warm wees. The soup must be warm. Die sop moet warm wees. Reën, rain, reën, reën, rain. Ek hou van somerreën. I like summer rain. Ek hou van somerreën. Tomatie, tomato, tomatie, tomatie, tomato. Tomaties is baie gesond. Tomatoes are very healthy. Tomaties is baie gesond. Arbei, strawberry. Arbei, arbei, strawberry. Arbei roomys is die lekkerste. Strawberry ice cream is the nicest. Arbei roomys is die lekkerste. Kersie, cherry. Kersie, kersie, cherry. Ek wil kersies eet. I want to eat cherries. Ek wil kersies eet. Kind, child, kind, kind, child. Die kinders sit by die pikniktafel. The children are sitting at the picnic table. Die kinders sit by die pikniktafel. Vriend, friend, vriend, vriend, friend. Dit is my vriend. This is my friend. Dit is my vriend. Volwassene, adult. Volwassene, volwassene, adult. Partykeer is dit nie lekker om 'n volwassene te wees nie. Sometimes being an adult just isn't very fun. Partykeer is dit nie lekker om 'n volwassene te wees nie. Fiets, bicycle, fiets, fiets, bicycle. Hoe lank neem dit jou van hier na jou huis met 'n fiets? How long does it take from here to your house by bike? Hoe lank neem dit jou van hier tot jou huis met 'n fiets? Kar, car, kar, kar, car. Ek wil 'n nuwe kar koop. I want to buy a new car. Ek wil 'n nuwe kar koop. Motorfiets, motorcycle, motorfiets, motorfiets, motorcycle. Ek weet nie hoe om 'n motorfiets te ry nie. I do not know how to ride a motorcycle. Ek weet nie hoe om 'n motorfiets te ry nie. Bromponie, scooter, bromponie, bromponie, scooter. 'n helm is verpligtend as jy 'n bromponie ry. A helmet is required to ride a scooter. 'n helm is verpligtend as jy 'n bromponie ry. Boot. Boat. Boot. 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 'n boot verbind 'n eiland met die vasteland. A boat connects the island to the mainland. 'n boot verbind 'n eiland met die vasteland. Jellyvis. Jellyfish. Jellyvis. Jellyvis. Jellyfish. 'n jellyfish steek is baie painful. A jellyfish sting is very painful. 'n jellyfish steek is baie painful. Kreef. Lobster. Kreef. 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 Lobster. Kreef is baie duur. Lobsters are very expensive. Kreef is baie duur. Krab. Crab. Krab. Krab. Crab. Krappe loop skeef. Crabs walk sideways. Krappe loop skeef. Skilpad. Turtle. Skilpad. Skilpad. Turtle. Die seeskilpad swem in die see. The sea turtle is swimming in the sea. Die seeskilpad swem in die see. Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at afrikaanspod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you will need for daily life conversations. You will also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time! Tot ziens!
Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's the matter? After watching this video, you'll be able to make complaints and ask someone else if they're having any issues. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making Complaints PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Wat is fout?
Die kantoor is warm.
Once more with the English translation.
Wat is fout?
What's the matter?
Die kantoor is warm.
The office is hot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what's the matter? That's,
Wat is fout?
listen to it again.
Wat is fout? Wat is fout?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Die kantoor is.
adjective, the office is adjective. For example, the office is hot.
Die kantoor is warm. Die kantoor is warm.
Here are a few more examples you can use with the same pattern to make complaints. Hot,
Warm. Warm.
cold,
Koud. Koud.
noisy,
Luidrigtig. Luidrigtig.
dirty,
Vuil. Vuil.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Wat is fout?
Die kantoor is koud.
Wat is fout?
Die kantoor is luidrugtig.
Wat is fout?
Die kantoor is vuil.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What's the matter?"
Wat is fout?
Imagine the office is cold. Do you remember how to say cold?
Koud. Koud.
Say, the office is cold.
Die kantoor is koud.
Now answer the question saying the office is cold.
Wat is fout?
Die kantoor is koud.
Now imagine the office is noisy. Do you remember how to say noisy?
Luidrugtig. Luidrugtig.
Say, the office is noisy.
Die kantoor is luidrugtig.
Now, answer the question saying the office is noisy.
Wat is fout?
Die kantoor is luidrugtig.
Now imagine the office is dirty. Do you remember how to say dirty?
Vuil. Vuil.
Say, the office is dirty.
Die kantoor is vuil.
Now answer the question, saying the office is dirty.
Wat is fout?
Die kantoor is vuil.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to make complaints. You are now able to share your concerns like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Make any complaints you may have today. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to ask and answer the question, how do you say this? After watching this video, you'll be able to ask someone how a word is pronounced. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your How to Say Something PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hoe sê mens dit?
Dit is 'n parkeerterrein.
Once more with the English translation.
Hoe sê mens dit?
How do you say this?
Dit is 'n parkeerterrein.
It's parking lot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, how do you say this? That's,
Hoe sê mens dit?
listen to it again.
Hoe sê mens dit? Hoe sê mens dit?
This Afrikaans sentence literally translates into, how does a person say this? But it means, how do you say this in English? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Dit is 'n
word. It's word. For example, it's parking lot.
Dit is 'n parkeerterrein. Dit is 'n parkeerterrein.
Here are a few useful words you can use with the same pattern. Parking lot,
Parkeerterrein. Parkeerterrein.
giraffe,
Kameelperd. Kameelperd.
travel,
Reis. Reis.
invasion,
Aanval. Aanval.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Hoe sê mens dit? Dit is 'n kameelperd. Hoe sê mens dit? Dit is reis. Hoe sê mens dit? Dit is 'n aanval.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how do you say this?
Hoe sê mens dit?
Imagine it's the word giraffe. Do you remember how to say giraffe?
Kameelperd. Kameelperd.
Say, it's giraffe.
Dit is 'n kameelperd.
Now answer the question saying, it's giraffe.
Hoe sê mens dit? Dit is 'n kameelperd.
Now imagine the word is travel. Do you remember how to say travel?
Reis. Reis.
Say, it's travel.
Dit is reis.
Now, answer the question saying it's travel.
Hoe sê mens dit? Dit is reis.
Now imagine the word is invasion. Do you remember how to say invasion?
Aanval. Aanval.
Say, it's invasion.
Dit is 'n aanval.
Now answer the question saying it's invasion.
Hoe sê mens dit? Dit is 'n aanval.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to ask someone how something is said. You are now able to ask how to say something like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell us, which word do you think is the hardest to pronounce? Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's your favorite number? After watching this video, you'll be able to say many numbers and ask someone their favorite number. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Numbers PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer? Dit is 7.
Once more with the English translation.
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
What's your favorite number?
Dit is 7.
It's 7. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what's your favorite number? That's,
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
listen to it again.
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer? Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Dit is
number. It's number. For example, it's 7.
Dit is 7. Dit is 7.
Here are a few more numbers you can use with the same pattern. 7,
7 7
2,
2 2
4,
4 4
9,
9 9
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
Dit is 2
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
Dit is 4
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
Dit is 9
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what's your favorite number?
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
Imagine it's 2. Do you remember how to say 2?
2 2
Say, it's 2.
Dit is 2
Now answer the question saying, it's 2.
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
Dit is 2
Now imagine it's 4. Do you remember how to say 4?
4 4
Say, it's 4.
Dit is 4
Now, answer the question by saying, it's 4.
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
Dit is 4
Now, imagine it's 9. Do you remember how to say 9?
9. 9.
Say, it's 9.
Dit is 9.
Now, answer the question saying, it's 9.
Wat is jou gunsteling nommer?
Dit is 9.
In this lesson, you learned number-related phrases you can use in your everyday life to talk about numbers. You are now able to count like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell us your favorite number. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Afrikaans ebook before it's gone.